counter, clock, counter. Booyah. And there you go, guys. That is how you solve a Rubik's Cube. What's up, guys? Here is an amazing Rubik's Cube that I have figured out how to solve. So, I want to tell you about it because this is one of my recent experiments in learning. So, ever since I was in high school, I've always appreciated those that could complete a Rubik's Cube. There's something almost awe-inspiring about watching someone complete this cube, especially if you have no idea how they did it. I remember feeling almost envious of another student when I watched them breeze over the cube and then finish it with ease. There was something almost magical about the process. Several decades later, I finally learned how to do it. I'm so excited. All it took was 7 days, practicing 2 hours per day. The impetus to finally sit down and focus was a culmination of multiple factors. Number one, my son had gotten a cube for his birthday last year. Some of his friends had learned, which added pressure for him to learn. He diligently learned through YouTube videos, and I was proud to watch him over a week or so come home from school after finishing his homework and diving right back into self-learning. I loved this so much, guys. The initiative, the assertiveness, and the desire to learn made my heart sing. Like, it's so hard to get kids to want to do anything these days, but for them to be self-directed and have the gumption and the motivation to learn something like learning a Rubik's Cube, that is a powerful mental model that my son can take to anything. Number two, my son and I had a discussion around how he hadn't really mastered the cube until he can explain it and teach another how to do it. There are levels of mastery. Yeah, you can watch it, you can learn it, you can do it, but if you can teach it, that shows a level of mastery more. Number three, I had just completed the grueling 60-day fundraising for Kickstarter, and I needed a lighter week last week, limiting some of my technology time so I could catch up on other things, get some rest, and refresh myself. The problem is that my brain is always in build mode, and this was a perfect time to learn the cube, help my son realize the power of teaching, and celebrate together my mastering of the cube. So, what's the theme here? You can learn anything. If I could learn anything, you guys could learn anything. How often I've written about this, how often I've spoken on this, how often I've encouraged others to find the power inside of them. As it pertains to the Rubik's Cube, here's all you need to know. It's a complicated system, not complex, meaning it's a knowable system. It's based on essentially 9 steps. Each step is about 5 to 10 moves, and you must memorize the steps. Incremental learning is the key here. I decided I would, with discipline, have my son teach me each step, 1 per day. After I had understood it, I spent time practicing and adding those steps to my muscle memory. Additive learning wins. It just took me 7 days and about 2 hours per day during the evenings, and that's all it took. Sharing everyday wins with my son has been absolutely amazing. It's been such an encouragement and such a great opportunity to celebrate, smile, laugh, and love with my son. It's so powerful to have your children teach you something. It unlocks pathways in their brain. Teaching your children that they can do anything by breaking work down into small parts is a powerful first step to living a life of Agile. And for you guys who've been in my Agile and Scrum classes, you know this to be true. It brought me so much joy to celebrate with my son every single day that I learn. And subsequently, competitiveness has taken over my household. My daughter, who has the highest IQ of any of us in our family, took on the challenge and learned how to do it in less than 3 days. Her spatial intelligence, pattern recognition, and baked-in optimization in her mental models was amazing to witness. She now holds the esteemed prize of learning faster than Appa. My wife is now embarking on her journey to learn the cube. She's going to learn it faster than me, I suppose, though I do think that my discipline to only learning 1 step at a time had its purpose. But I technically am the slowest person in my family now. Maybe I really am the dumbest person in my family. So, never stop sharpening your mental blades. I don't look forward to getting old. and I don't think about it, frankly, all that much. But I do know for a fact that playing video games is amazing for old people. It keeps the brain sharp. I look forward to being a live streaming rock star in my 90s when my body fails and all I have left is my brain. I hope you'll subscribe to me in my gaming in the next 40 years. So, keep learning. Keep challenging yourself. Mastering a Rubik's Cube has emboldened me to go to the 4x4. My son has already mastered the 2x2, which is actually pretty complicated in its own, and has acquired the Speed Cube for the 3x3. This basic puzzle unlocks a theme that anyone can learn anything with discipline, time, and dedication. It makes you wonder, or at least it makes me wonder. What could you achieve if you simply put time and attention with discipline? Maybe this is the year. Maybe this is the year that you can incrementally build your dream that you've been wondering about for decades. Maybe this is the year where you invest more into yourself than a company and a boss that will replace you in 2 weeks when you're gone. You can do this. You can do it. I'm one of your fans. All the best. Oh, by the way, stay tuned. I'll show you how I solve this. Really cool. All right, my friends, for those who are wondering how to solve a Rubik's Cube, let me just mix it all up here real quick. No particular guide, or just gonna throw it together, something like this. There we go. Okay, so the Rubik's Cube really is just 9 steps. It's just 9 steps, and I'm gonna walk through them as I solve this for the first time. Okay, so I think we can all agree it's relatively mixed. We got different sides, different things on each side. So for those who are curious, this is essentially how you do it. So the first step, my friends, is you need to find the flower power, and you want to put the white petals all around it. So let's put white petals all around it. Here we go. Let's move this here. Boom, petal. Let's find another petal. Okay, one over here. Let's move this up. Good. Now we need to find this petal right here. All right, let's swap this around again, and booyah. Now that we found this petal, that's step number 1. Step number 2 is you got to match these with each other. So I'm going to find the red here, swap red, and I'm going to flip it. Go to the next one. This is already combined, flip, combined, flip, combined, flip. That's stage 2. Stage 3 is, now that we have the white cross because everything's flipped, now we have to find layer 1 and make sure that we get all of layer 1 equal. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to move this over. We like to call this the dog and the dog's tail, and the dog's tail needs to match the middle section. So we're going to move this over, and we've matched the middle section. So we're going to bring it down, bring it up, and back. That way we can bring it up here because we don't want to mess up this white space here. Here's another dog, and look, the tail's already matched. So we're going to move this down, move this over, move it down, move it back, and move it up. Yep, we're solving it slowly. Here's another dog with its tail already matched. So we're going to move this over, down, over, and back. There we go. We got one more to go. Let's find it. There it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip this down, flip it over twice so we don't mess this up, fix the white, and look at that. We have a dog and its tail. Not matched, so let's find it. Matched. Perfect. Let's bring it down, and there we go. First layer covered with green, red, blue, and orange. So the next phase is we want to find the second layer. Okay? So to do that, I'm not going to explain this well, but you got to match a T. Once you match the T, you look to your left and right, and also you got to ignore the yellow here. So let's match the green one. So it's orange on this side, orange here. Okay, so it matched the T, but you want to look at the bottom of the T, and this T matches these oranges here. So we're going to go opposite, back, down, back, up, right? And then we're going to clean it up. Bring it back here. So clearly I'm not a master of explaining this. I'm just going to show you from now on what you're supposed to do. All right, so let's find another one. Let's find another one. Let's find another one. Let's find another one. Okay, we don't have one because all of these yellows are all messed up. So we're going to swap it around and move things around. So we're going to go like this. Boom, 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 boom. And then we're going to fix it. There we go. Let's see if we can find one. There we go. There's one without a yellow. Okay, we've matched the T. The red is on the left side, so we're going to go opposite, back, down, swap it around, bring it up, and then we're going to fixed it. Look at that. So we fixed the white, and we're still looking for the layer 2. So let's find another one. There we go. Here's a T that we need to match. So let's match the red with the T. Perfect. And that's green. Green is on the left side. So we'll go opposite, back, down, and then we'll fix it up. Something like this. Perfect. Look at that. Almost there. We got one more to go. Almost the second layer completed. Let's find the one that's missing. It's the blue. Orange is here. Not on this side. Orange is on this side. So we're going to go opposite. Boom, 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 boom. Oops, and boom, boom. Look at that. We've solved the second layer. Amazing. Now we want to solve the third layer, but to do this, we want to find the yellow cross. So to do this, it's going to be front, top, right, back. This creates what we call the turtle. So with the turtle, you just got to memorize the moves. Turtle is right, clock, clock, counter, clock, clock, flip, counter. Got it back again, so we got to try it again. Clock, clock, counter, clock, clock, flip, counter, turtle again. Okay, let's do it again. And this is actually normal. You have to do it several times to move the colors around to the right order. So clock, clock, counter, clock, clock, flip, counter. All right, now we have a fish. See, this is called a fish. What we're looking for is the fish food. So we need a yellow here. So that's just pattern recognition and memorizing it. So let's do it again. Clock, clock, counter, clock, clock, flip, counter. Now we have fish, and look, we have a fish food. So let's do it one more time. Clock, clock, counter, clock, clock, flip, counter. Now we have a full yellow side. Perfect. So what we want to do is we want to match the sides with the most. And what we have here is red. Red's the most here, and everything else is all messed up. Okay, so now you just have to memorize this next step. It's counter, clock, counter, flip, clock, counter, counter, flip, flip. Let's match up these reds. Look at that. Everything's matched up with a different color, and we move on to the final stage, which is flip, clock, 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 counter, 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 flip, counter, clock, or clock, counter. Look at this. So now we've finished the green side. So we're missing these three sides. So let's do it again. Flip, counter, clock, 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 counter, 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 clock, counter. Booyah. And there you go, guys. That is how you solve a Rubik's Cube. 9 steps, memorizing it. If I can memorize this, you can do it too.